Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at Solana. Holy cow, $128. That is quite aggressive. Thanks a lot, Bitcoin. Appreciate that. Giving us discounts here on Solana. What we want to look at, though, really quick to start is, of course, our backend data. I'm very curious about liquidation levels, specifically on larger time frames. So we'll start with a 7-day and kind of work our way down. And again, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCache.tech is the site. Link down below. Quick heads up to those who are in my trading community. We are adjusting our signals to ensure that we can secure profits better, faster, and more efficiently. So feel free to read through our signals guide. I'll be updating that here shortly, just to make sure we stay on top of getting you all the profit we can, because we hit a few little stop losses lately, and I just like to adjust things as we can, because manipulation is a very, very consistent thing in trading right now. So that's the one thing we can count on is greed. So taking a look here the last 7 days, no liquidation to the downside minus that 138, 139 mark. We did talk about that on the charts being a potential area of retracement. It was expected just to get a little sweep there, but instead that's become the new resistance. Okay, so 138 is that new resistance level. Let's quickly look though at the 1 month and 3 month. Very, very curious about this. There's nothing down to the downside here for the 1 month time frame. So every last long potential area has been swept. And we do take a look at the larger time frames, very little as well. So there's not a lot of liquidation left to the downside, folks. So just keep in mind this coin keeps bleeding out, and there's no like specific areas of retracement that we can kind of count on based on that kind of greed. So at this point, what we want to do is update our fib levels and kind of respect the fact that we are below this descending trend line, and until we can break back up above, there's no reason to consider this going to continue. Okay. So do not, by any stretch, just buy the dip to buy the dip. All right, so if you got in at 128, I'm sure you got lucky. You may want to consider securing profits, because we expected the price to pull back at that 147 mark, came up to 146 and turned around. Okay, we shorted Bitcoin from what 67,000 even, or 67.1 down to about 65, and we have multiple targets on the way down. So I can tell you that there's a strong likelihood we're going to see Bitcoin continue to correct itself. And if that maintains itself, that's current trajectory, we will see Solana continue to work its way down as well. It's almost 2x to 3x Bitcoin to the downside. It's not good right now. So I would steer clear of trading this coin. I don't care how much fundamentals you love about this coin, how much you absolutely dream about this coin. That matters very little when it comes to trading and other whales, so to speak, controlling the price action. It doesn't matter at all. Okay. So let's look at this objectively and kind of see where we're at. So if we look out, we zoom out to ever since the price has been above $120, we can see this point of control is 145. That's a round number, 145. Secondary point of control is 130. So we're working within a support range. So we can kind of just draw out a support box here just to kind of get perspective and pay attention to that later, because I think it's important to kind of recognize this little area. So we'll just kind of focus on that and pay attention to that being a support range. It's a pretty big range, but it is support nonetheless. We can see another area of support here now. The 200-day simple moving average is not always a support level, but it works as a support range. Once again, we're within that. So anything over 130, hypothetically, should be able to hold. If we lose that level, we're going to have a different conversation altogether. But for right now, we can presume that we have more room for downside. RSI isn't even quite towards 30. Stochastic swinging down, money flow index pulling back. And once again, MACD is still diverging. So until any one of those starts to plateau, we have to presume the price will continue lower. 4-hour time frame, we look at this as well. Similar scenario, the 50-day SMA is working its way down. We're below the 20-day SMA. There's no reason to consider a long position according to the 4-hour time frame. Granted, we are closer to 30, and you can typically see a bounce off that level, and stochastics starting to swing up. That means very little. Look at the last time stochastics swung up here for Solana. We saw a minimal increase from bottom to top of about 7.5%. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, and it really truly isn't, but the truth is that happened as a result of the price action bottoming out. So we could very well see somewhat of a relief rally here. It may try to push up to this upper range of 145, or that 138 level we discussed recently is that tentative resistance at 0.236 based on recent liquidation. So those are all things that we kind of want to look at and understand when going into a trade. Now, for me personally, am I wanting to take a short position right now with this coin? No. If you've watched my videos at all, you know that I don't like to short Solana. I've done it a couple of times with minimal success, and those are with tight ranges. So me personally, now that this massive candle came through and we hit that old reset button, I'm willing to speculate we're going to see a slight relief rally and the price try to break this 138 and to retest this descending trend line. Okay, that's an anticipation. But is it worth trading into that? No, there's no confirming factors here. Taking a long position right now is extremely risky. It's kind of like driving into oncoming traffic on the wrong side of the road. You'll probably be able to survive and, kind of get through it, but it's going to make things a lot harder, okay? Why not go with the flow of traffic? The flow of traffic right now is down. There's no other way around it. Hourly time frame, Ichimoku Cloud, confirming that the cloud, the upper lead on the cloud, is starting to average itself out at 139/138. So that's reaffirming this resistance here at this 0.236 Feb level. And let's just round up. Let's say 139 is that round number. That's the new resistance for this coin. So my anticipation is we're going to be range bound between 130 and 139, potentially break into that upper range between 139 and 145. Again, this is that point of control. Within that, we're safe. We lose it, we're not, okay? So strong probability we're going to be stuck in this range. Last thing we'll just take a quick look at is the TPO here for the last 24 hours. And we can see here so far, bears are controlling the price action. They are strong at that 137 level. So with the price action being below that, we can anticipate the price action essentially staying below that here today, because that is the most amount of volume accumulated in the last 24-hour period. And there's a strong chance that the price, unless we close above that, we're going to remain below that. Okay. Once more, you can kind of see that reaffirmed here at 143. Strong amount of control there for the bears for the last 3 days. Okay. So again, not fantastic by any stretch. Okay. So just clarify, to make it simple, you'll find more success shorting than taking longs at this point in the market. But be careful taking a short right now at this exact juncture. It wouldn't be surprising to see things kind of relieve themselves for a short while until they test those descending trend lines. And I'm more so referring to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin does look like it wants to sweep that lower level liquidity at 64, 62, and 61,000. Okay, check that out if you're curious. I've got my playout charts here on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. There's a lot of different case scenarios for Bitcoin right now. But if you're aware of what Bitcoin's doing, then you're going to be a lot more successful understanding how altcoins are going to do. So that's kind of where we're at there. Help us grow our Twitter. Join on over there. Link down below for that. I've got a Telegram, Discord, TikTok, YouTube. I got some shorts over there as well. Feel free to join up on that too. So look forward to having you along. Thanks again so much for joining. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take care.